A lot of ways to work the social media in as well. Want to go check out some of the media that we see in WordPress. This actually looks at all of the pictures and photographs, graphics that I've posted over the last couple of weeks, and I can go back farther if I want to have several pages worth there. I think it's showing me down here there are 178 various graphics or media in there, and I can see where they're attached to. If I want to change them around, I can do that. The name of the picture, if I want to check it out, I can get rid of it. I can view it. That's exactly how it looks. So there's a lot of ways you can get around and look at control the media and everything. You can add new. You can set up a Showtime slideshow. I'm not going to go into that right now because that's an extra add-on, and that's probably one of the plugins you might want to consider. If you want to put links into your website, and I'll just take a quick look here. The links actually go down on the lower right side of your wherever you want to place it. Actually, wherever you want to place all those links. This is my blog roll link. So I've got the classic exhibits blog, along with several others that relate to trade shows. And I've got some archives down here. This is what you see on, and you have complete control of all of this, exactly where it goes, what it looks like. You can plug in any information. You can add events. You can add whatever you want in there. So let's go back to the back office here. Excuse me just a moment. So if I wanted to add a link, I could do that very easily by just clicking Add New and putting the information in there, name of it, put the web address, and then just click where I want it on the blog roll, WordPress links, and then just click, where's my save button? I think it's hidden underneath my yeah, it's add link right there to the right. So that's one way to do that. You have link categories, of course. You can add categories. You may want to have several categories. Right now I have blog roll and WordPress links, and I don't even think I'm using WordPress links. So if you wanted to add separate categories for different areas that you wanted to link to, then this would be the place to do that. Pages is what you see when you go to the top of the blog here, and you see all these links, which are the home, the about, the blogging 101 free webinar, buy a trade show booth, contact me. Those are separate pages, and those are controlled in this area. And you can make those appear or disappear depending on whether you want them to appear or not. For instance, the blogging 101 webinar, it's going to go away after this. In fact, I can probably get rid of it now if I wanted to. It would be very easy to do that. I just go into Edit. I go into Edit over here where it says Publish. I just want to maybe move it ahead. I'll just move it ahead to October 2. That way I'll go and change it later. But that way, if I schedule that, then it takes it off of the face of the blog. So if I go back in here and hit refresh, you can see that that link is now gone because the webinar will be over here in about the next 35 minutes or so. So very easy to control all the pages. You can go in and edit these, add as many as you want, and you can also, if I wanted, say, one parent page, as they call it, and 3 or 4 pages to show up under that, I could do that as well with some of the ways of editing the way the page link appears. Let's go down and check out some of the things on appearance. And this is where you start to get some of the fun things going on. Not that other stuff wasn't fun, but what you can do is you can put as many themes as you want in here. A theme is the look of the blog overall, a look of how when people arrive, what they see. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the one I have, which is this thing called Vigilance Pro Child Theme. It was a custom theme that I found I really liked, and I customized the custom theme. But if I wanted to go change my theme to a different one, for instance, this one is called Grunge 1.0, I could preview it without actually activating it. So if I hit preview, that brings up all of my current information in this look. And this is a great way to test what your blog would look like under different themes. So I go, I don't really like that. Let me hit the X and go back to check out another one. Now you can go out and find thousands of themes, and you can upload them. And as soon as you've uploaded them, they show up on this page. If I want to look at this one called Traction, this is what my website, the Trade Show Guy blog, would look like if I decided to go with this. Now, I don't like this look, but it's interesting to see what things look like when you try a different theme. And I tend to, I've had the same theme for about a year and a half. I've adjusted the look of it. I've changed some things around in it, but I haven't changed the main theme, and I'm considering changing the theme, but I haven't found one that I really, really like right now. Let's take a look at one more. This is called 2010, and again, this is just what the website would look based on what's currently in it. So you can go and you could change this particular photograph if you want, which is the banner. You can add as many different widgets along the side that you want, but this is just a different way of changing your looking, and that's why when you see all these different blogs online, you see different looks. It's just the theme that they have, and you can go in and again grab as many themes as you want and experiment till you get one that you really like. And I think once you get one, you should stay with it a while instead of keep changing it. If you're going to have a blog that's going to get established, I think it makes sense to have something that's going to stay set for a while. Of course, in the giant World Wide Web, a while may be a year, and then you want to change it. If you have a website that's more than a couple years old and you haven't really changed the look, and yes, I'm guilty of that. I'm raising my hand. I've done that with many sites. I think that it really takes some thought to put in a theme that people enjoy and that also reflects on what you want your website to look for. So let's look at widgets. Now, widgets are an interesting thing. They mostly go on the sidebar. If you look over here, you got the wide sidebar, and I think down below I've got a left sidebar and a right sidebar, neither of which I'm using in this particular theme. But if you want to put something in there, very easy to do. For instance, I'll just show you, for example, if I wanted to put my Pages widget on the very top hand right, I can drag that over there, put that on the top, save it, and then go back to the look of the website, hit refresh, and that'll show up there on the very top, right up here, as soon as it refreshes. This is a great way for experimenting with how the sidebars in your thing look. So here's the Pages thing we just put in there, so that if anyone wants to take a look at the Pages, this is a great menu to do that. Now, I don't want that up there, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that, which is easy to do. I can either drag it back over here, or if I wanted to save it, I could drag it back into the area which is called inactive widgets. And there are a handful here that I have used, but I'm saving. I may end up using them at some point again. Right now, they're not. If you look down the right-hand side of the screen, though, you're going to see several of the pages, some of the smart YouTube plugins I use. These are widgets, and there's a lot of different things you can use, which if you have a text one, you can put any sort of HTML in there that you want. As you can see here, there's some code. This is the code that I got from Facebook, which brings up the Facebook Trade Show Guy blog page. Just grab that from Facebook, copy and paste it in here, hit save, and then it shows up. And I can move these around anywhere I want. Let's say I want to move the classic exhibits thing up to closer to the top so that people see it better. I can do that. I can just drag and drop these. And if I want to move one out, I can just save it down here or get rid of it altogether. So widgets are pretty cool. They help you really customize the look and feel of your blog, especially the right-hand column where a lot of that information goes. Let's look at menus. As you can see here, the current theme does not natively support menus, but I can use custom menu widget to add any menus I want. Now, I don't really use menus much, so I'm not going to go into this, but this is just another one of the options that you get when you're working with WordPress. Now, the theme that I have, Vigilance, that I'm using, there is a lot of options for this. For instance, I can put a custom logo in there, and that's it right there. It's got a custom logo, which is tucked away in this particular area. And then I have a logo image, if I want to put there, if I want to put the alt tag on the logo image. So if I were to make any changes, I would save them, of course. A lot of options here with this particular one. Some of the navigation, if I want to hide pages or exclude specific pages. If I want to change the color scheme, I could do that. And I could change a color if I wanted. Very easy to do all of this. So go back to change the top banner image if I'd like. Rotating banners. Now this banner right here, what they're talking about, the top banner image, is this particular banner that you see right here. And now I've got probably 6 or 8 photographs that I've edited down to this particular size that I've taken at various trade shows I've been, just to emulate the feel of a trade show, some of the various things. If I were to go back and, let me erase that. If I were to go refresh this, you would get a different image right there. And this is just one of the options on this particular thing. And so this gives people a different look and feel every time they come here. Things don't stay the same all the time. There's a new picture. And I'll change these out every 6 months or so and put a whole new set of pictures in there. The top of the blog is something that I worked on a while. I thought about it. I've changed it a couple of times. But this really is sort of the look I want to go for. And I may change the tagline at some point, but right now it seems to be working for me. And this is just something I put together based on some bits and pieces that I found online that I thought would, this kind of reflects me. I'm kind of old, kind of new. I like technology, but also like the old feel. And this is just an old piece of paper that I found an image of, and I used. So just another way that you can customize your blog. There's just a lot of different things you can do there. Some of the other customizations, you have an alert box that you can customize. And this is just some of the specific stuff to this one. But a lot of the themes will have that. And if you really want to get fancy and you want to edit a lot of the PHP, which is the style sheets and everything that goes behind the blog, this is where you do that. You can actually go in and edit the various templates. And I would recommend, unless you know what you're doing, don't touch these. I have gotten into trouble a couple of times by thinking I knew what I was doing. And you can do some basic pasting things in there if you know what you're doing. But again, you got to know some programming and some HTML and some PHP language. Other than that, this is not where you want to mess around. But it is available, so if you have someone that you're hiring to come in and change some various things, this is how they get at this. So that's a good access. So basically, you can customize things as much as you want. Now we get to plugins, which is also a very, very fun part of setting up your blog. And if you want to look at some of the plugins that I'm currently using, this is a list of them. One called Akismet. It checks your comments against the web server to see if they look like spam or not. So you can set that up to catch all the spam. This one called Comment Love. So when someone actually plugs a comment into the website after they've commented on a blog post, it turns out that if they put a website or a URL in there, which they have a chance to do, and they have a blog, this will go grab a link to their the most recent blog post, which I think is a great way of letting your listener, or I should say your viewers and readers, know, hey, I'm thinking of you. Maybe we can send some traffic back to your website. So this is called Comment Love. I think it's a great name, and it's a pretty cool thing. Contact Form 7, I've been messing around with this. This is a fairly new one. I'll show you how I'm using that if we go to the contact page, which is right here. I just made up a form and stuck it in there, and that's what this area is right here. That's done with the plugin I just showed you. Oops. Get rid of that. There we go. So that's the Contact Form 7. Easy to do, and you have a lot of customization. And again, what's great about having all of these various plugins is that when they upgrade them, and these are all free, you just go grab these because people put them out, and you'll be notified automatically if there's an upgrade available. Like it's, upgrade all these if I wanted. I won't do that now. I'll do that later. But there's some other, like if you want to create a Google XML sitemap, which helps generate the sitemap, which really helps search engines like Google and Yahoo and Bing and all those things to better index your blog, so that when you do post something, they are notified about it very quickly and it appears on their search results.